Alright, what is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 here with a video, and today we're going over a little game here on PlayStation Source called Realm Royale. Now, this was a game that is Battle Royale, of course, made by Hi-Res Studios. They have a few, pretty prominent games. Off the top of my head, I cannot remember any of them because I didn't play any of them, I believe. But I played this game for maybe, I think it was 45 minutes last night, and this was my first game in to Realm Royale, so I figured I would just kind of do like a post commentary walkthrough with you guys and kind of like view the gameplay as well and explain some of the game mechanics with Realm Royale. Excuse me, I cannot talk. But beside the point, this is in beta right now on PS4, and I believe they just posted a link on their Twitter. I'll go put it up right now on the screen where you can go and sign up for the beta if you want to join in and get used to the game and stuff like that and play the game at that. So I think you can do that right now, but it is right now in closed beta. You do need a code to get in to this beta, and I got in a few days ago, so I figured, hey, let me just jump on. I was kind of done playing Red Dead for the night, and I wanted to play a little something casual, so I jumped into Realm Royale. Now, as you can see here, this looks very much like Fortnite in a lot of different ways, and obviously, because it's a Battle Royale, of course, it's going to have some of those mechanics like Fortnite does, and of course, there's looting here, and see right here, I get a slug rifle, I believe that was, or something like that, and you see these little orbs where you can get different abilities. So if you look on my bottom right hand side of the HUD, you can see on the very right I have this red kind of jump thing, and that will allow me to jump super fast. And I believe each class that you pick in the beginning of the match has a auto enabled ability that can make you do something crazy. So for me, I think this is the warrior class, I believe, I have the super high jump where I can jump super high and stuff like that, and like get out and evade a incoming attack and stuff like that. But there's a ton of different abilities that you can get in Realm Royale that you can pick up and stuff like that from looting. And there's one I get later on in the game that I will showcase later on, where it was like a type of pole that you slam onto the ground and it heals you. So that's definitely like something that you can see from Overwatch or any other healing ability like in Fortnite and stuff like that. So it's definitely there will be your usual type of abilities that you see here. And the cool thing here about this game is that when you get someone down, and see right here, I believe on screen, I am shooting another person's downs, enemy that he tried to get down as well. So you turn into a chicken in this game, right? And this state of chicken, I had a ton of fun playing with at the end of this game. You guys will see it was very funny. But when you take enough damage, you don't automatically fall into like a revive state, really. I don't believe you can revive in this game. I'm not 100% sure. I think you can maybe, but as far as I'm aware, if you get shot enough times and your health depletes, you turn into a chicken. And in this state, you can hop around and evade, and I believe you have 30 seconds. That's what it gave me on my first game. I don't know if it's different depending on how much damage you took or something like that, but I believe every chicken has 30 seconds where they're running around, they're kind of on the ground running around like a chicken, and if you survive being that vulnerable for 30 seconds, you will automatically re-heal and respawn back to the game. So it's a very cool way for you to get back into the fight and kind of have this thing where if you get down, you're like not all hope is lost if you don't have a team, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's I just think it's a super cool way to do that. And also you can summon the mounts, which I believe you see on screen right now. I'm not sure if the commentary is matching up with the video. It should be, but you have this mount here as well that you can summon whenever you want. So it's very quick mobility in that sense, where you can quickly get from point A to point B and not have to walk the whole way. So that's a really cool feature they have there. They have healing as well with healing potions, and they have shield potions as well, very similar to Fortnite. If you guys are very well with Fortnite, this is pretty similar in a lot of different ways, but there are some twists to it as well. So we will see upcoming in this video. And of course, I forgot to mention, there's also a fog converging. It's Battle Royale, so of course you're gonna have the fog and stuff like that converging in on your location. Well, not your location, but this part of the map where you have to go and be safe from the fog. And there are also different elements here where what I like probably the most about this game, right? We will get to what I was talking about beforehand, but when you loot, it is always worthwhile for you to loot. Like, even if you find something that you don't want, you can kind of break it down and use it as, I believe, I forgot what they're called. I think they're shards, but I'm gonna call them shards in this video. They might not be called shards, but they are shards that you use at forges. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. So it is very useful for yourself to really go and loot every single box you find, every chest you find. Even if you don't find something that is better than what you have right now, you can break it down and get shards and be able to use those at the forges. And so I will show out forges in a little bit later in this video, and you'll see it here on the gameplay. But you know, with a forge, what you can do is you can put a certain amount of shards and it will give you an upgraded weapon. It will give you some new healing potions, will give you new shield potions and stuff like that, and a bunch of different other abilities that you can get as well, and different upgrades. And so you know, it's a very, very cool way for you to kind of, you know, go and loot and stuff like that. And even if you don't find something that is worthwhile, it will still be worthwhile in the end, because then you can use the forge and use those shards that you broke down from that loot that wasn't that good that you already had. So really cool to have that there. I think that's a neat feature, and it kind of makes all loot, you know, somewhat valuable, because a lot of times in Fortnite, if I have like a gold scar and I have like a really, really good setup right now, you know, in terms of inventory and weapons, like why would I go loot, you know, other than to find maybe, you know, healing potions or you know, pots and stuff like that. Like why, you know, if I find like a med kit, that'd be cool, or you know, anything like that. But you know, in terms of every other type of loot that you can get, they all kind of become, you know, useless, because why would you, you know, want to even waste your time in the hopes that you get either something that heals your shield or heals your health? But in this game, it's kind of like everything is worthwhile to go and loot for, because you can get shards and you can go and go use the forges and get better weapons and better abilities and stuff like that. So really cool to have that there in you know, this overall game. And so I get into a little battle here. I get into about maybe 4 or 5 gunfights, and honestly I kind of hold my own. And like, he had an ability here where obviously he flung me back a few feet, and I straight hit my mic, my bad, sorry about that folks. But he had this ability obviously that, you know, kind of made me fling all the way back off the mountain and stuff like that. So that was a pretty cool thing that he had there. Very, very good play to get, you know, him you know, to get me away from him and stuff like that. And he ended up dipping, and so I don't know if I ever killed him or caught with him later on end game, but he dipped, and I was able to loot this chest and get some stuff there, all that cool stuff. And then overall, like, you know, just service level stuff, I think this game is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll play this more than Fortnite or play it more than Blackout or whatever, but it is just, you know, of something that you have already played. Like Fortnite is just enough of that while still being a little bit more unique in its own right, where you know, the ability to summon a mount whenever you want is really cool. I think the forge system is really cool as well. Very, very straightforward. It's not like it's anything too crazy or too, you know, in-depth to really understand and stuff like that. And so right here, I believe this part of the map is called Lumberfall. I think this is kind of where, oh wait, no, that's where I was aiming from. But it looks like this part of the map here with like the purple mushrooms and everything, this is kind of where end game is going to happen, if I remember correctly. And things start heating up here, and so I get into a few gun battles here. I think it's pretty hectic, especially when I go into my chicken phase, because I definitely start, you know, dodging a lot of people, and I get into my chicken state I believe like 3 times in this video. It's crazy. But oh, here is where we can showcase me using a forge. So this is where end game is. This is where we get to use a forge. There was an airdrop here, I believe, so I get some you know, pretty cool melee weapons and stuff like that I tried to use, but I didn't use successfully. So there's that. And you also get runes in this game as well, which I didn't really understand fully runes are. I think runes are just like permanent perks that you get, I believe. I'm pretty certain. I'm not sure about that, but I think that's the deal with runes. I could be wrong on that, or maybe they just replace your ability slot, what you have in there. But I tended to kind of stay away from those because I really liked my by default upgrade, which was you know, to have a crazy high jump. And so right here we can see me doing the forge. So it takes about 30 seconds for the forge to finish, so it is definitely a time where you have to be on the defense and be aware of your surroundings, because you can definitely get murked if you aren't careful. So I was definitely here like watching the you know, watching the window, watching the doors and everything, making sure I'd be okay. And I go hit this chest, get some more shards, if you will, you know what I'm saying, to get some more forge points so I can use the forge a little bit more. And I find a slug rifle, and I was hoping to be able to get a upgraded like weapon, but I just got a upgraded epic sword, which is cool, but wasn't really doing much for me in terms of end game, so didn't really enjoy that. But I went back and got the slug rifle, I think, and we went into end game with that. So I think it's just really cool. I think it's a lot of cool mechanics here. I think this game has a lot of potential, honestly. I don't know if it'll like overtake you know, Fortnite, obviously. And this game has been out, I know it came out this year, and I know it's been out for a little bit on PC and stuff like that, but and I know it came to PS4, you know, as of recently, and they're like releasing it kind of waves and stuff like that. So you know, it's not really hit the mainstream yet, But as far as I'm aware, it is free to play. As far as I'm aware, so that is a good thing. And I didn't really get to look at how they are monetizing this game. Not sure how they're doing it. I am assuming like loot boxes of some sort, something like that, give or take. But overall, you know, I say if you end up getting a beta code on your hands and you want to try it out, I say try it out. I think it's a fun game. I definitely have fun with it. I want to try it again later on in the week and stuff like that. But obviously, Red Dead Redemption 2 has been on my mind. The Game Awards been on my mind. So definitely a lot of different things happening this week. But honestly, I really did enjoy my time here with Realm Royale. I think it's a great game overall. I think it's very, very cool, unique, and like I said, it is just unique enough to set itself apart from all the other BR games. It's not like it's anything that's revolutionary, that is super different and stuff like that. But it does have these little unique features to it that make it overall worthwhile to be a game that would be on your radar if you want to try it. So definitely enjoying Realm Royale here. But that is about it. I'll leave you all with the rest of the gameplay so you guys can see my crazy end game and how that all went and stuff like that. I'll leave you guys with that. But most importantly, if you all enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on the video, as well as say subscribe to PlayStation Source to keep up with the latest and greatest in PlayStation. Make sure to also go down in our description where you can find our Discord link. Definitely join that Discord. We've been talking about, especially for Game Awards. Make sure to definitely go pimp out that Discord, and definitely go follow that Discord, as well as follow our Twitter and Instagram as well down below. So thank you for watching, and as always, greatness awaits.
Take cover. Take cover. Watch the back. Nope. Delicious healing.